Welcome. Today is Monday, April 1st. Happy April Fools. I hope no one fooled you. Or if they did, sucker! Baseball's back. And the grilling debate is only getting more fired up. We like beer mosas in the morning or when we're recovering from the flu. March Madness is in full effect, and Sparty is still dancing on. Let's go.
3, 2, 1.
This is the Matt and Muse Show with Matt Hensler and Adam Musinski.
The Eagle has landed.
So I can tell you're tired.
I'm exhausted. I've been up since 4 a.m. I am beat.
It sounded like you said the girly debate, not grilling debate.
Oh, grilling debate?
The girly debate of hot dogs or hamburgers.
I didn't do my how now brown cow before.
Brown cow. Unique New York.
Unique New York. You know, we got this whiteboard now set up in my basement so we can write ourselves notes. And right before we went on air, Matt wrote, "Don't suck."
Off to a good start.
Lasted about 2 seconds, so killing it.
So much fun. We're back.
In the basement.
In the basement. Oh, it's such a good feeling.
We were so excited to go out and venture into the real world and set up an on-site broadcast, and we have more planned. We're going to continue to do it. But like we both sat down and we're like, oh, it's home. It's where we belong.
There's not eyes peering at us
right.
an hour.
Matt Muzz? Matt Muzz? Oh, what
is this? Who are these people?
I don't get it.
I think we got less fans. Is it that night?
We scared people away.
Can't really blame them.
No, not at all. Question of the podcast: hamburgers or hot dogs? Real simple, to the point. Weather's changing around here, and we're excited to find out what you would prefer. So let us know. Keep chiming in if you're watching on Facebook Live, and at the end of the show, we'll tell you who wins. So, do you have a favorite? Don't tell me now, but do you? You can tell me if you do, but don't tell me what it is.
It's a loaded question, and we're gonna have to get into this later.
Oh, money. Again, Matt and me is talking about food.
We're so freaking fat.
Speak for yourself.
Well, luckily, so over the weekend I was sick. I had the flu, like 36 hours. It was absolutely miserable. You know, usually when you get sick and you throw up a lot, you lose weight. That's the one benefit of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I did. My pants still fit the same. I still feel really fat and disgusting. Just more tired now.
I probably did, like, gained it right back, like, really fast. Because like 2 days later, I'm like, oh my god, I'm starving.
Food.
Give me all the food
Lay
everywhere.
On me, I'm starving.
Food. I love my food. That's for sure. All right. So we talked so much last week about Oberon, and I had a love affair with beer mosas, and with Matt being sick, I decided everyone could use some OJ. So we are legitimately having beer mosas with Oberon, orange juice, and 7-Up.
Don't forget your sound.
Oh, God, I'm slacking.
It's 2 weeks in a row we forgot our...
Before we kind of changed our format recently, it would just pop up in the music.
Yep.
No, it doesn't.
Nope.
That gives me more work to do. I don't like it.
Press one more button.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Feel better.
Oh, I do. I feel like $112.
So this is legitimately just Oberon, orange juice, and 7-Up. It's perfect camping. It's a perfect morning drink. Get a little buzz, I guess, if you drink enough of them, but it's not overly kill or boozy.
It's not overly kill.
Overkill. Not overkill. Overkill in the booze department. Dude, I'm going on 16 and a half hours.
Awake.
Yeah. Struggling.
It's a lot of hours, man.
Hit a brick wall around like 4 o'clock, and then I had to go get the kids.
Did you turn around and leave them there?
I thought about it. Another good beer option or style to put in with this that I've used is IPAs or pale ales.
Absolutely. That was what I was going to suggest. I prefer it with pale ales instead of wheat beers because it gives a little zing, if you will, a little something different. It's not just here's some wheat with some sweet. Here's some sweet with some tart, not sour. What's the word I'm looking for? Bitter. Bitter, that's what
I
hops
didn't-
do.
I was not paying attention. I realized I cannot see right now because my eyes are tweaked out, so I had to take off my sunglasses.
We are in rare form tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You are in for an absolute treat.
Absolute treat.
Tommy G, Tommy Grantham. We have to get him on sometime. Is liking the heck out of our page right now. It's good to see.
Okay, so I woke up this morning to a text, and it said, because it's just got shared on our Facebook Live video. Did you hear? I just heard MSU had an ineligible player in last night's game, and MSU got disqualified from the tournament. Thanks, Terry. April Fools. I want to know how many people he's told this to today. Please let us know.
Everybody.
Everybody.
I'm going to guess everybody he came across today.
Oh, yeah. He's not a Michigan State fan at all, so he probably did tell everybody. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Back to my freshman year of high school.
So beermosas are delicious. You never had one before, go drink several.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a change up, so you're not drinking just beer. It's for the people that don't like champagne or wine or any of the Bloody Marys. Like, I hate Bloody Marys. So morning drinking, I go for the beermosa. Shout out to Brian Poplier or whatever. He introduced me to these about 4.5 years ago. So thank you, kind sir. You are a lifesaver.
So I have to recall, so I'm a huge fan of the show Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'm not sure if I told you that before or not.
Just family, he told. Terry told just his family. Thanks.
Everybody's family to him.
I know. Come on, Terry. Isn't everyone family? Tell everybody.
Anyway, there's this fantastic episode of the show where Charlie is on a cruise ship and he walks past a breakfast bar and there's a whole bunch of carafes of orange juice. And
Is that how it's pronounced? Carafe?
carafe.
Carafe. It's not just a craft of orange juice?
No, it's carafe.
I don't know. I'm serious. I'm legitimately asking. I have no idea.
No, carafe.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no T in it. Learned something new today. All right. This show is right back on track. Okay.
All right. Yeah, it's not.
Show your kids this episode. They're going to learn something. So, anyway, they're walking past these carafes of orange juice, and Charlie goes, What's that? It's not a sober cruise. They've got vodka orange juice. And Frank's like, I think that's his orange juice, Charlie. He's like mixer? Who drinks just mixer? And I laughed hysterically. I mean, that's a good story, Matt. Once again, we're really tired today.
You should tell it at a party.
I have, and they laughed, probably because they were all hammered. I was a lot funnier person when everybody else was really drunk. You haven't had enough beer mimosas yet.
It's going to take a lot, man. The thing is, you drink them all day, so you don't get drunk.
You don't make them right.
Right. Apparently.
I'll make a
So
mimosa.
you make them a hop slam?
Take mimosa. Hold the orange juice, please. Ooh, did you say hop slam? Hop
Yeah.
slam beer mimosa?
Rosa?
Oh, man.
That might be good.
No.
Little honey?
Yeah. All right. Don't call me honey, but I agree.
I didn't. Honey in the beer. I would never call you honey.
Sounded like you called me little honey.
I saved that for my real friends.
So lucky.
What's up, little honey? Hey. All right. Big news in the craft brewing world is Stone Brewing versus Keystone Light. For those who don't know, Keystone Light did a brand refresh probably about 18 months ago now.
Yep.
Everybody said Key, big word Stone, little word Light. Stone went after him, said basically you're infringing on our trademark of Stone Brewing Company, and people are going to get it confused and yada yada. Stone said last Wednesday that today is a big fight, today is a big day in our fight to protect the name, reputation, and brand and integrity of our Stone brand. I just lost the place. The judge overseeing the case against Miller Coors and Keystone confirmed the primary claim that Miller Coors is infringing our long-held trademark. The court outright rejected Miller Coors' primary defense that Keystone's new packaging is unlikely to cause confusion. It's a milestone event, no pun intended. We're heading to trial to prove that corporate beer has made hundreds of millions of dollars from rebranding Keystone. To any believer in independent craft beer, today is a good day. Onward, true Stone versus Keystone. Now, that is correct in what they said, but the court ruled in favor of Miller Coors. So basically, the judge agreed, yes, they could be infringing on your rights and they could be, taking money from you. But from what our evidence is showing us at this point, there's nothing to prove that. So we're ruling in front of Keystone and not in favor of Keystone and not making them change anything about their packaging or whatnot.
So I think this is absurd, absolutely absurd, because on one hand, even Stone Brewery might consider this bad press because, they're saying this is Stone. Well, it's not. It's Keystone. Well, it looks like Stone. Well, they're still talking about you. In a way, It's free advertisement for your brewery. And all you would have to say is, no, that's not our beer. That is a different beer. And okay, done. Everything's okay. Everybody's happy. But that's not necessarily the case that Stone is considering. They say, well, they're infringing on our market share. They're infringing on our money because people think they're buying our product. No, that's absurd, absolutely absurd. But it gets all this to market. It brings everything to light. People are talking about it. I think it's just a big gimmick more than anything. Both these companies have the money. So Stone's like, hey, why the heck not? Let's try to sue the second biggest brewery in North America. And they were unsuccessful.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, they saw an opportunity to possibly make some headlines and give the craft community a little bit of clout, and it did not work.
I don't think it's going to hurt them at all.
No.
There's a lot of people backing them, but I think it was more of a ploy than anything. I really do.
I do too, because at the end of the day, if you are Mr. Customer and Mr. Customer is coming in there and you want a craft beer, you're going to go to a specific section of the store.
I'm not going to go pick up a case of Stone.
Right. And if you see a 30-pack of beer is $17.99 and that you're a craft beer drinker, you should have the understanding of that's not right.
Unless it's Natter Days.
That's a whole different story.
Oh, you meant a Natter Day mimosa? A Natter Day mosa?
Natter Day mosa.
Natter mosa.
I think it's weak enough and there's enough flavor in it, you just drink it. We should do Natter Days as our bop one of these times.
I agree.
Let's go buy a 30 rack and drink it.
We can just get like a 6-pack.
That's probably better because I
16-ounce.
Can't even finish a beer in the middle of the show. So
Case raised with Natter Days, man.
Let's do it.
No. So I have to admit, one time in college for God, I hope it was Halloween. I hope I just didn't dress up for a random party. But I dressed up as, do you remember Keith Stone? He was the guy with the nasty hair, and he wore a cut-off jean jacket.
Yes.
And he drank Keystones. Again, I hope this was a Halloween party, not just me drinking at my house. But I distinctly remember dressing up as Keith Stone, drinking Keystones at a party. And I was funny that night, I'm assuming because everybody was drunk.
You know what's funny about this is Matt went to a party this weekend, and he dressed like that.
I did?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. That was just this weekend, dude.
No, I know it wasn't. Maybe last weekend, but definitely not this weekend. This weekend I was hanging out on the couch, not
hugging
doing
the toilet.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Lots of fun. Lots and lots of fun. We need to set the mood.
So I thought of something when you were reading that paragraph. And between me and a good majority of my friends, my cohorts, we're playing games. If somebody screws up reading a question or says something stupid or stumbles over words or repeats themselves or anything to that variation, we make them drink. So it's best my friend Marcus, he, for whatever reason, cannot read a trivia card to save his soul. And so he struggles every single time. So by the time he's done playing the game, he's 2.5 sheets to the wind because we make him drink the whole time. So I thought, we can start bringing our wallets down here. And every time one of us screws up, we should have to pay a fine. And that money can go towards, Natter Days, I guess.
Towards the beer of the podcast.
Exactly.
All right.
There we go.
I got to go get some singles.
I mean, we don't have to do it tonight.
Well, no, shoot.
I would have made you pay. FCC, don't bother me.
Baseball. Matthew.
Baseball. Baseball's back. The Tigers.
Can you please read your poem?
I will. You want me to do that first?
Let's start that out with
Okay.
this.
All right. So I wrote this poem the day before opening day of regular season in baseball. I was sitting in the parking lot of a Hooters trying to not think about work for a split second. And I was excited about baseball, and this came to mind. So I typed this out real quick, didn't proofread it, just click send.
It's the way to do it, man. It's Man Me style.
So if there's mistakes in it, this is literally the first time I am
So
seeing
many
it.
times Mel will go read something and be like, we have to edit this. Like, oh, crap.
So bear with me here. I will do my best. And once again, I will remind you that I wrote this the day before opening day. 'Twas the day before opener, and all was all right. We're all so excited. The future is bright. Baseball's on the horizon. There's so much to come. Singles, doubles, and homers. We'll see our share of some. This time of the year is truly the best. Of that, there is no doubt. And if you understand what opening day is about, you truly have been blessed. You know, see, going back, I shouldn't have wrote it that way, but whatever.
You're good. Continue.
Whether Tigers, Braves, or another's your team, it really doesn't matter. The bright smiles on your faces beam when you see your favorite batter. To you, I say this entire season, enjoy the best sport there is, and be sure to share your love of the game with everyone there is. Oh, man, it rhymed. Isn't it is. Lastly, I'll say to keep your chin up. You'll strike out after all. Just remember there's always tomorrow. Someone will say, play ball.
Oh, dude, that was fantastic.
And, you know, I screwed up a couple things, but, again, I was sitting in my car in a parking lot of Hooters. I think it's all right for that.
Have you ever gone to opening day?
I can't recall if I've ever actually gone to the game or not.
Okay. I think it'd be sweet.
I've been
To
there
go.
multiple times just to hang out in
Right.
Detroit, and party and walk around. It's awesome. I mean, the whole city's essentially shut down, and everybody's partying and having a grand old time. I don't think I've ever actually been to the game.
I think it'd be sweet. I've been to a weekend game. Like, I haven't been to the first game or anything. But why what? Hang on. Why is your wife calling?
Why is my wife calling us?
Hang on. Matt's wife's calling. This might be important. We might have to cut this out. Hi, Shayna.
Hey guys,
Hey,
how are you?
good. How are you?
I'm good. So I need to start off by telling you guys a story, okay?
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
So I first met Matthew about 10 years ago. And at that time, it was very, very obvious that baseball was Matthew's number one in life. So over the past 10 years, I've tried to be in that number one spot. So that's been about 10 years now. So Adam, can you guess where I am in that rank right now?
Number 4. You got baseball, Olivia, and Hank.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Behind baseball, Olivia, and Hank. So, yeah, I'm at about number 4 right now. So, but if I know my husband as well as I do, one of the most perfect days would be spending the day with his wife at the ballpark. So, Matthew, I hope you're okay if you're not doing yard work and everything on Saturday, because we have tickets to the game on Saturday.
Seriously?
April Fools!
Oh,
No, I'm serious.
seriously? You knew about this?
Yes.
All right. What? Awesome.
Well, do you remember what I got you for your birthday, Matthew?
Oh, yeah. I got Tiger status. Now I remember.
So, yeah, I got you a birthday card, and inside the birthday card said that we're going to opening weekend, but I can't buy the tickets yet because they're not on sale. But we haven't talked about it since then, so I figured you forgot.
I sure did.
Way to go.
I got a lot of stuff in my mind. Outstanding.
That'd be fun.
Thanks, babe. This is the best impromptu phone in that you knew this was coming though, didn't you?
I did.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know why it popped up on this computer, not that one. First, I'm like, what the heck's going on?
Well,
So your mom's hanging out with Olivia for the day, so we're gonna have a day down in Detroit at the ballpark. So yay!
I am ecstatic. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'll let you guys go, but just wanted to share that with you.
I will see you when I get home and give you a big old smooch.
Gross.
I don't know. I'm just going to put on the spot here. I wasn't ready for this.
You're so like an awesome word.
That was
I
the
am.
plan,
What the heck
actually.
shade I called for? Well, you surprised me twice with the same gift. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. All right, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye, Shayna.
See you soon.
Bye.
You're good, man. You're good.
Dude, we've been planning this for like 10 hours. And she like told me about it. I'm like, dude, this would be sweet. Like we were trying like going back and forth on what we should do, how we should tell you, and she's like, I just call it. Just call it. We'll make it work. I'll just make it work. Just call it.
It worked.
It worked.
I was like, oh,
And then we find all this stuff like at the very end. I'm just gonna say April Fools and see what he does.
that would have been great too.
That would have been all. Like, dude, that would have been hilarious. Like, if I would have thought about it, I probably would have planned that. But I'm a horrible April Fool's planner, so I did not. So you're actually going to the game. Congratulations.
That's awesome. I forgot all about that. So yeah, she bought me. Well, she didn't buy me tickets for my birthday, but she said, "I'm going to buy you tickets for your birthday present," and I forgot until just now. This is super exciting.
So your mom just texted on Facebook. Grandma's excited too. I bet she's pumped to spend the day with your daughter.
Absolutely. She may be more excited to spend the day with my daughter than I am to go to the Tigers game. And I'm really excited to go to the Tigers game.
Right? It's awesome.
Awesome.
Good news all around, ladies and gentlemen.
This is the best Monday in a long time.
Good.
Oh, okay, so back into baseball.
Baseball.
Okay,
Baseball.
It's tough to get back into this
Baseball.
now. All right, so Tigers, they're playing as we're recording this episode. No idea what the score is. It was 2-1 last I heard, but we'll be 2 other games in by the time this actually comes out to air. They played Toronto over the weekend, a 4-game set, and split the series with them. And they won both of their games in extra innings. Toronto won both of their games in regulation. So I don't know if that speaks about how bad Toronto is or how good Detroit might be. I don't think it's that one because they struck out 50 times at the plate.
Are you serious?
Yeah, in 4 games they struck out 50 times.
But you're exaggerating.
No.
No, that's a legit number.
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
Yes. That's terrible. So I'm kind of excited / nervous going into the rest of the season, but hey, playing 500 ball right now. That's a great start.
We still have our wager, don't forget, on 90 losses.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So when they get to 91 losses, steak dinners.
No problem.
Did we ever we did predict who was going to win the World Series.
We did?
Yeah. Like right when spring training opened.
Hopefully you wrote it down so I don't remember who
I said the Cardinals, you said the Dodgers.
Oh, yeah. I do remember this now.
I don't know how I just remembered that off the top of my head.
Like Rain Man.
Rain Man.
No, like from the movie. No.
Rain Man.
Elsewhere around the MLB, lots of things are happening. Christian Yelich is on pace to hit 162 home runs this season, which would be a new record. He's probably going to have another shot at winning the MVP back to back. Keep it up. And I don't know. I just can't stop thinking about how excited I am to go watch baseball this week.
So this was like a great surprise to put Matt in a great mood. Now he's just totally off.
I'm out of it. I was out of it when I started the episode. Now I'm really just
more out of it. That's all right.
And that means she was even watching the episode, which most nights I assume she says she's watching. She's just like, yeah, Listen,
Do you see Melody just put it on Facebook? Adam, you're going too. April Fools. Thanks, babe. Love you.
you're actually painting the living room.
I am. Can't wait. So, yeah, we basically renovated our basement in 2 weeks by ourselves. I had my dad came help me with the wall, but basic carpet, flooring, a couple walls. But it's still not completely done, but got the gist of it done just in time for James' birthday party. This was a year and a half ago. So then we're sitting there. We're like, we really need different flooring upstairs. We got to tear up our carpet. We're sitting there this weekend. We get quotes. We find out what we like. We pick what we like, and we're like, all right, when are we going to do it? I'm like, so we talk about painting. So if we're going to paint, we should do it beforehand so we don't have to worry about getting any on the floor. And I was like, all right. So that's going to take a day or two. I'm like, yep. We're like, we host Easter. Should we wait till after Easter? And we both kind of looked at each other. We're like, nope, let's go. So starting tomorrow, we are going to go through and paint and refloor our entire living room by the time Easter comes around.
Brave man.
Hey, you got to have deadlines, man. If you don't have deadlines, then you just sits there. Like, see this wall? The deadline was to get the wall up so Jameson doesn't fall off the stairs.
Yeah,
And the other half is still wide open.
that's okay.
But no one can see it. You only see our beautiful faces. Tamara wants me to come on over and help them renovate. I'm good. Yeah, I do enough that around here, but no.
I'm sorry I'm going to the game without you.
Pass.
Assistance would be very beneficial for you. Yeah,
Talk to yourself about that. Your assistance would be very beneficial to you from this kid. Oh, Lordy day.
What a fantastic fantastic day. Losing my voice. I don't even know what's going on anymore. What are we talking about? Baseball's done?
We're talking about baseball. Mike Trout got paid. A bunch of other people getting paid. A lot of people are just taking the money and running. Do you think this is a good plan for them or a bad plan for them?
I think it's a fantastic plan for him. I think Mike Trout making that much money and sticking with one team his entire career, good on him. That doesn't happen anymore.
No, and my thing too is like if you're a player that if you're going to get $1 million or $5 million, depending on if you play the field, okay, cool. Then yeah, maybe you should take the risk. But if you're going to get $30 million a year or $27 million a year,
$3 million
doesn't really matter.
like less than what you're paying in taxes at that point.
Right. So,
Bryce Harper opened up in Philly wearing Philadelphia Fanatic cleats, and then that next day, the Philly Fanatic wore Bryce Harper shoes. Not necessary for us, but I just wanted to fill you in on what's happening in the city of brotherly love.
I hate Philadelphia.
They have the Liberty Bell, man. You ever seen the Liberty Bell?
Yes, I have. I've been there.
It's got a crack in it and everything.
Yeah. I still hate this. I hate the city of I don't hate the city. I hate the sports teams in Philadelphia. I hate the sports teams in Boston. I love the city of Boston. City of Boston, beautiful. Love to go back
It's
there.
expensive, but it's awesome.
But
one time in Philadelphia, I was walking home to my hotel because I didn't live there, so I was staying in a hotel.
one time in Philadelphia, I was walking home. Really?
So,
That's a long walk.
it took forever. So anyway,
Let's see how long. Philadelphia to Saginaw, Michigan. Go ahead.
I was walking back to the hotel after going out to a couple of bars and having some soda pops with my friends.
Soda pop.
And it was in roughly April, I want to say. And there was an ice storm. No, I take that back. It was before. No, I think it was like in April. I don't know. Anyway, whenever it was, there was an ice storm. And I must just had too much sugar in my body from all the pop that I drank. And I slipped on the ice very hard. And I bruised my buttocks. And I got laughed at. So ever since then, Philadelphia has had a very rough place in my heart and soul.
According to Google Maps, it takes about a week and a half, just under 9 days, to walk from Philadelphia to Saginaw.
That's going. You need a passport for
Well, yeah,
that.
you got to
though.
go through Canada.
No, I go around. Be a man.
It's gonna take longer.
USA. USA.
Yeah, because that's the.
Do you have to pay a toll if you're walking down the toll road?
No,
That's
but this route includes a ferry and it crosses canals
Canals.
rather than anals.
I always thought it was funny that canals were pronounced canals, not canals, and never mind. I can get into it.
Yeah, it's probably better for everyone if you don't.
So, how about that local sports team, eh?
Hey, the local sports team, man, they're in not the conference finals, but the semifinals.
The Final Four.
No,
Oh, who are we talking about
the
now?
Western Conference semifinals, right? Saginaw Spirit.
Oh, yeah, them.
Yeah.
You're talking like local. Yes, they are. The Saginaw Spirit are having a very good season. I was talking to
That would have been a great transition, though, to go into the Final Four.
that's.
But I
so I was getting at those next in the docket. You didn't have the Saginaw Spirit on here, but we're going to talk about them anyway.
Don't suck.
Don't
Doing
suck.
great.
Hell of a job tonight. Saginaw Spirit is our local OHL Ontario Hockey League team. They've been around for 15 years now, something like that.
Something like that.
And they've had a handful of pretty decent seasons. This season seems to be one of their best they've ever had. And talking with some people I know that work for the Spirit and very closely with the Spirit, they are very excited and happy for the team. But also, once the playoffs always hit, that was kind of their downtime,
Mm-hmm.
and they weren't necessarily working real hard anymore. But now they still get games every couple days, so they're working a lot, and it's a lot of extra hours for them. But it's exciting. We got a local team that's getting a lot of love. Kind of like when we had the Great Lakes Loons, who were a single A affiliate of the Dodgers a handful of years ago. They won the league championship,
They literally won that by winning like last 8 games of the season. And
squeaking
then,
in the playoffs.
Yeah,
and then,
like they had to win the last 8 to get in, and they did.
Yep. So I mean, it's cool to have the local team show some good competition out in the rink or the field or the court or whatever. Actually, we don't have a local basketball team anymore.
We had one
A long time ago, I think.
before I lived around here.
Yes, like pre-Saginaw Gears days.
Oh, wow.
I
That
think
was a
there was a local
long time
basketball
ago.
team. I could be wrong. I'm just making this up. Maybe I'm just trying to incorporate my life with Jackie Moon and the Flint Tropics.
Jackie Moon.
Downtown funky stuff Malone.
Well, that's a great movie. For those who've never seen Tropical Thunder.
Nope.
Thunder. That's not the name of it. Well, semi-pro. Why did I say Tropic Thunder?
Tropic
Because they're
Thunder
the
is a
Flint
completely
Tropics.
different movie.
Yes, the Flint Tropics. But no, it's what do I call it? Semi-pro.
Semi-Pro is the name of the
That's
movie. It's
answer
got
of it.
Will
Yep.
Ferrell and a handful of other fantastic B-list actors, and it's funny.
You know what else is exciting in the world of basketball?
What else is exciting in the world of basketball, Adam?
The Final Four.
The Final Four.
I did it right this time. All right.
Let's start questioning everything you ask me. I'm going to answer all your questions with a
That's
question.
probably a good idea. So obviously, MSU. We'll come back to MSU. Texas Tech, defensive juggernaut, shut down Gonzaga.
Right from the get-go, I said that Texas Tech is going to be the team that's going to come out of that region because Gonzaga. And then Michigan and Texas Tech are essentially the same team, and it's whoever plays the better defense. And Texas Tech did when they played, and they came out of that region.
The only thing I'd say that's different between those teams is when Michigan goes cold, they go cold, ice cold, and they did.
Yes, they
It that game was the late game on that Thursday, and I think it was like 5 minutes left. It was like 13-11. I was like, yeah, F this. I'm not staying up past 11.
No, it was bad.
Yeah.
But good for Texas Tech. I mean, they made a heck of a
First
run.
Final
This is the
Four.
first Final Four. On the other side, you got Auburn. That's their first Final Four.
Mhm.
And
Charles Barkley is
He's
excited beyond
pumped.
belief.
Virginia, their first Final Four in like 35 years.
Mhm.
And then our in-state Spartans, their first Final Four since 2015.
Mhm.
So it's a Final Four that not a lot of people guessed.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Actually, I don't think anybody did.
No, there was 7,000 out of the like 10 million that were submitted.
Oh, So I didn't do my research. Good job, Matt.
Yeah, it was all over the radio this morning.
I didn't listen to it, apparently.
Of course not.
I will say, though, that in our Matt Muse Madness Bracket Challenge, I have 3 of the final 4 teams.
You're in first place.
And I am in first place.
You're going to screw everyone out of their prizes.
Be better.
This can be great. We put on this great thing, have people sign up in our bracket. If you get in first place, you win something. If you beat Matt and Muse, you win something. And then Matt has to go ruin it for all you guys. So if no one gets a prize, just blame Matt.
Be better. That's all I got to say. I mean, if they would have been better than me, it wouldn't be an issue.
I prefer the phrase, don't suck.
Don't suck.
So that's our tagline and motto, don't suck.
It's written in blood red on our whiteboard. Big, bold, ugly letters, because I don't have very good penmanship.
I don't look at my penmanship. It's fantastic.
It's very nice. It's very nice. You have very good penmanship. You're really tiny, though.
I do, because I wrote a lot of that stuff really big, and I ran out of room, so I had to write smaller.
I'm glad I wasn't here the first time you're using that whiteboard, because you probably got super OCD and erased it 7 times trying to put the right things up.
Shut up, Matt.
I know totally what happened already.
You can kind of tell where everything's positioned.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Whatever.
I know how your mind works. It's a scary place. But yeah, so who do you got? Who do you got in the championship game, and then who do you got winning it?
North Carolina over Gonzaga.
I mean, out of the 4 teams left.
I threw my bracket away. I'm going to go with Virginia just because I've had a lot of respect for them this whole season. The only thing that scared me about them was last year losing to actually UMBC. And I thought that might hinder them, but they got a great 2-3 defense. They play in a trap game, so in the half court. I'm going to go with Virginia on that side of the bracket, and I think I'm going to go with Sparty, man. I think they're big, and they can stretch the floor if they need to. They can play the half court if they need to. They can go down low, hit the threes. Cassius is a monster. I don't think Texas Tech is going to have enough answers for all their offensive weapons. So I'm going to pick MSU on that side, and then between MSU and Virginia, I'm just going to go straight fanboy because that's all I have left to root for in the rest of this bracket. So I'm just going MSU, man. Let's get Tommy I that next title. He needs a number 2, man. He needs it bad.
It's been almost 2 decades.
Yeah, 19 years.
So I've got Michigan State winning over Texas Tech for this biggest reason. Look at my bracket. I already had that. And then my other reason is...
Did you really pick Texas Tech?
Yeah, I really did.
Okay.
It's the easiest of the 4 regions. I mean, by far. And it was either going to be Michigan or Texas Tech. And looking at those 2 teams, I just did not think Michigan could stack up, and I was right. For one of the few times in my life, I was right.
I tried to get real pretty boyish and put Buffalo. Here's Cinderella. Here's Cinderella.
Not quite. Go. That wasn't even Cinderella's ugly stepsister.
No, they got past 1 game. Couldn't even get through.
So Texas Tech, they're a very good defensive team. They don't like to move fast. They like to get set and get things figured out. And if you can put the pressure on them right away, you can have quick transition offense, which Michigan State does very well, or they've proven it so far this tournament. You're going to be able to take them down, and that's why I think State's going to win. On the other side, I just do not see Auburn beating Virginia. Auburn's really hot right now, but Virginia's got a lot to prove after last season, and they've done that so far after, beating the 16 seed this year, which shouldn't be something that you take for granted. But
another way to look at this too is the conferences. Like in college basketball, you basically have the Big Ten, the ACC lead the way. You got a couple other teams like Kentucky here or there that can definitely put up a fight. But those are the conferences that are constantly getting 6, 7, 8 guys into this tournament, and they're the conferences that usually end up, if not winning, right there towards the end of it anyways. So looking at the other side, then, yeah, you're going to go Big Ten against ACC. Normally, I rule in favor of the ACC just because they're a lot more pro-ready and they run. But Michigan State is right there. And the thing I like about Virginia and MSU, the thing I like about all these teams is they don't have one-and-dones on them. That's what I think honestly started to hinder Duke, and it hinders a lot of teams since this rule went into effect, is the one-and-done of, hey, we got these 18 and 19-year-olds out here playing basketball against guys that have done it 3-4 years already. And they have the experience. They've gone into the tournament. They know what to expect. And I think when it comes to a tournament setting, that's the success line that you see. And that's why since then, Kentucky's only had 1 championship. Duke's had one or two, but they've come on heels of, you had a couple one-and-done players, but you also had a lot of Kyle Singlers in there, too, who were four-year guys, and was the other dude that kept tripping everyone, him, too. I can't remember his name because I hated him so bad. But that's seriously what you start to look at is who's left standing, guys that have juniors and seniors.
So, no, I totally agree with that. And
not to go all sportsy on you.
No, that's absolutely correct in my opinion. I was listening to a guy earlier on the radio, and he sort of made the same points. You look at both those programs, especially Duke. When Duke was doing really good and winning all those championships, making constant Final Fours, they had the long-term players, and that's something that Krzyzewski really prided himself on was that, hey, look at my guys. They stick around for 4 years. They get to the degree. They play for me, and then they move on, whether it's the NBA or they go the professional career elsewhere. So since that point, the whole culture of NCAA basketball has completely changed with this whole one-and-done rule. And you're bringing in the top talent. You're bringing in the McDonald All-Americans. You're bringing in the 4- and 5-star recruits to your program. But then they're going to turn around and be the 2 or 3 of the top 10 draft picks in next season's draft in the NBA. So you can only keep them for a year, and if you're lucky, maybe 2. But you can't create any depth. You can't create any structure. You can't create an organization. The organization is, hey, I'm going to pool a whole bunch of young talent together, and hopefully they do well. All it is freaking rec ball. That's literally all that is. It's not a way to structure a successful program long term, and the dividends are starting to show for that. So props to Izzo, props to the other 3 teams in the Final Four. It's been, in my opinion, very exciting tournament. The Elite 8 games were outstanding to watch.
They were all very good games.
They were. And
this is the point of the tournament where we're getting good games again. And it's good. The madness is great. The upsets are fantastic. But when it comes to good basketball, we're finally getting that again.
Yep, and it's good to see a 3 and a 4 seed represented in it. I mean, it's exciting. It really is. And for all of you out there that said the tournament's been really boring so far, you haven't been watching enough of the tournament, because the tournament in general has been really exciting. There's been a lot of close games. Every single game, the last 3 rounds that Duke played in was less than 3 points.
Yeah. The thing, too, is
a grand total of 5.
I think it's something like
maybe
that, yeah.
Maybe 6, but 5 points last 3 games has been their difference.
Yeah, and they've been good games. If you just look at the results, it has been chalky, but getting to that point has not been not entertaining. So, and the player I was thinking of was Grayson Allen.
Oh, he's like Voldemort to me. I don't say his name.
My sister-in-law Lauren chimed in. She goes, Grayson Allen, I hate him. I'm pretty sure she hates him more than I do, and I'm a North Carolina fan, so that's saying something.
That man. Oh, so
do it. Go.
Some people just have punchable faces.
Not think that was where you were going, but okay.
He's got his entire body in existence is punchable. Like if he walked in the same room as me, I would pick up the closest solid object and throw it. It could be a crystal ashtray. It could be a bowling ball. I don't care. I would throw it directly at his face. And if I miss, that's okay. I would throw something else. I do not like that man. I don't at all. It's okay. Like if you want to be all pansy-like and trip people and whatever you do, that's fine. Expect it back. But as soon as he got poked, he fell over and cried. He's a little bad. Oh, this is a PG-ish show. And I'm not going to say all my bad words, but
beep, beep, beep,
we'll
beep,
do
beep,
an
beep,
unedited version at a later date.
Beep, 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 beep.
It'd be a lot of beeps. So anyway, yeah, I hate Grayson Allen. He's the new Christian Laettner. If you like Christian Laettner and Grayson Allen, I don't want you to be a fan of our show. There, I said it.
The only good thing that ever came out of Duke was Grant Hill.
I love
Come at me, bro.
Yeah, I don't like Duke.
He's worse than Aaron Kraft from Ohio State. Ooh, I hated Aaron Kraft too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's another one. They both.
That's a name. That is a name.
Ruffling feathers here, Lord. Ruffling feathers.
That whole triangle of schools. I know you're a UNC fan. That whole triangle of schools down in North Carolina there. Hate them all,
dude.
And I only hate NC State just because they're so close to the other two. I have to hate them by association. I feel so bad for NC State. that poor Wolfpack. By the way, that's one of the very few schools that their mascot does not end in an S. I'll have to do that quiz sometime. It's a lot of fun. Like Syracuse Orange,
Yeah.
or the Orange Men, whatever they are.
Interesting.
Tulane Green Wave, Marshall Thundering Herd,
Interesting.
Illinois Fighting Illini, Notre Dame Fighting Irish. There's a few of them, not many.
Huh. I guess I never thought. That is interesting.
Because you think you got one.
Yeah. Then you say it, and it's not.
Yep.
Like the Hurricanes.
Yeah.
The Trojans.
Another good one.
Buffalo. Oh, Buffalo. Colorado. Buffalo. Right. Bison. What are they? They're probably the Fighting Buffaloes or something like that.
I can't remember.
Colorado
I should know that.
University.
One that always really confuses me is Stanford. They are the cardinal, not the bird, the color cardinal. But their mascot is a Christmas tree. I couldn't afford to go to Stanford, nor could I pull the grades to get into Stanford. So I've never really looked up the history of Stanford. That just doesn't make sense to me.
They are the Buffalo. Buffaloes. They are the Buffaloes. Colorado Buffaloes.
That's at least 2 buffaloes.
Interesting.
What did the father buffalo say to his kid when he dropped him off for school?
Buffalo. I have no idea.
Bison.
That Laffy Taffy joke?
Probably.
Lauren, if you're
You've never
listening.
heard that
have you
before?
No, I have. Now that you said that. My sister-in-law loves Laffy Taffy jokes. She's all about those puns.
Does she like the taffy or just the jokes on said taffy?
Both.
I'm not a fan of banana. The other ones are
I
okay.
don't think anyone's a fan of
or
banana.
the strawberry. Oh, some people really like that crappy banana flavor.
Interesting.
All right, our time for one of our favorite segments. You got anything written down? No.
Steel trap, man.
Steel trap.
I forgot to write it down today, but it was my
Steel trap.
It was
I
my
forgot his
proposal.
birthday present.
I proposed this sober, and I am
Still
saying
sober?
it sober.
Okay.
So
Good enough.
I haven't had a beer between then and now.
Top
Except
6
for the beer I just had.
animals.
I think I'm first this week.
Yeah, I do believe you are.
Eagles.
Nice.
I love
choice.
eagles because they're ferocious and they represent this great country that we live in. And they're cool. They're huge, man.
Mhm.
They're huge and they're beautiful and majestic. And every time I see an eagle, I go, oh, look, it's an eagle. Literally every time.
Do you stop and take pictures of them?
I don't because I'm not a tourist in America. I'm American.
American.
And I will see another eagle.
Okay. Number 6, I put a shark. I like sharks. I always like watching Shark Week. Very fascinating how big they are, how fast they move, and how powerful they are, and how they eat people.
It's
Even though they
very
don't need to.
fascinating how sharks eat people.
No,
Super
I
fascinating.
think I'm kind of brainwashed because of Shark Week. That's
Shark
probably
Week's
why.
pretty sweet.
But that's my number 6 is sharks.
Number 5. My number 5. So there's a couple animals on my list that are going to have a similar, I guess, association for me. And this is the first one. Uh-oh, Facebook Live is out. It's okay. Cows.
Cows? Is it because you...
So I grew up on a farm, and my entire life we always had cattle on the farm, and I was just around them so much that I sort of got to understand a very important, I guess, appreciation for them, and I like to eat them a lot.
Interesting.
I mean, I like to eat other foods too, but if I had to choose between a steak and, I don't know, stalk of celery, I'm going to go for the steak.
Take it.
So yeah, cows. Love cows.
Okay, cool. Number 5 for me, I put monkeys. I think monkeys are just fun. Little chimpanzees. I don't know. Some apes. Again, they're a very unique creature, and they can use their feet to walk and grab things and all that other fun stuff. So yeah, monkeys.
Snakes.
Oh, that's gross.
I think snakes are so neat. Granted, I've never been bitten by one, so especially poisonous ones. I'm sure that's not neat. But snakes themselves are really neat. So every once in a while, I'll be out in the yard and I'll see a garter snake, and I'll grab it and I will just go show Shayna. And I know she doesn't hate snakes, but she doesn't like them, so she'll like take this one finger and just pet it on the back of its head just a little bit. She goes, "Hi, Mr. Snake." Okay, that's enough. I found one in our. We have an unfinished basement. I found it in our basement last spring. I was just hanging out in the corner because it was damp down there, and it was cool.
It was cool.
No, like it was not hot. Like the basement was cool.
Gotcha. That makes more sense.
But finding the snake was kind of cool, so I had to tell Shayna. I grabbed it and I was carrying it upstairs. I was like, "Shayna, just so you know, I have a snake. Don't freak out." She's like, "What?" I said, "It's a snake." "Oh, okay." Like snakes are really neat. I always thought they were really cool.
That's funny. My number 4, I put penguins. I like penguins. They walk around. They're real funny. I always wanted a pet penguin. I thought they'd be really cool to like walk around my house and be a bird that can't fly, and they'll probably like peck me or something. So I probably don't want a penguin. But I always think the best penguins, in my opinion, are the penguins from Australia. Because all penguins live in the southern hemisphere, none live actually in the North Pole or anything, and they're actually
True.
warm weather penguins in
True.
Australia. They're my favorite. So penguins.
I always liked growing up the macaroni penguins because they reminded me of food. Not that I'm going to eat a penguin, but just the name reminded me of food.
Macaroni.
You ever seen a macaroni penguin?
Yeah.
Oh,
Weird hair,
little
right?
things coming out the side of their head.
Macaroni.
Number 3 for me, rhinoceroses. I don't know why.
Rhinoceroses?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm really not sure why. I just always thought they were. I mean, they're like dinosaurs, man. They got
That's true.
horns coming out of their head. They're like indestructible. I mean, it will kill you just
Yeah,
because it will kill you. And did you know that their horn is actually made out of solidified hair?
I did not know that.
It
We
is.
are learning so much today.
It is not bone. It is solidified. No, that's not true. I'm just messing with
Oh, really? April Fools?
April Fools.
Yeah, actually, I was like, all right. I don't know. Maybe. Well, you're done now.
No, actually, it might be solidified hair.
You gotta go look that up.
I could have been thinking the right thing right away.
Number 3, I put hawks. I love birds, whether they fly or not. Obviously, because I like penguins. But hawks, another very aggressive and predatory animal from the sky, and they're very large. And we have a lot of red-tailed hawks around here.
I mean, it's no eagle, but yeah, hawks are right.
Just wait. But no, my number 3 is hawks.
White-tailed deer. I mean, I like deer in general, but
Just so you can shoot them and eat them.
well, I mean, that's part of it. But watching deer in the wild, like even when I'm out hunting, or I could just be hanging out on my back porch, and all of a sudden 6 deer walk through my backyard. White-tailed deer are majestic creatures, and they're beautiful, and they taste delicious, and they're really, really awesome. I did a lot of projects on them growing up in school. We had to do animal projects, and I just love them. I don't know what it is. They're just so cool.
They are cool.
And I mean, it's like the big trophy that I hunt, like as far as animals.
So have you ever had the moments where like you're watching something and you don't realize what it is until after you like focus on it for a while?
Every day.
Okay. I was driving, this was a couple weeks ago, and I was looking in the field and I just see like this little white thing jumping up and down. I'm like, man, that's a weird animal. What is it? And like it was quite a ways away. I like refocused my eyes, it was just deer running away. That was funny. I was like, wow, I'm an idiot. I thought that was cool. It's just a deer.
Wow, I'm an idiot.
My number 2, eagles.
There you
For
go.
everything that you said as well. Bigger than a hawk, but I love seeing bald eagles. I will stop and take pictures of eagles. I actually do with some hawks too. I had a hawk actually land, or an eagle, one of them, they're called mini eagles. land in our backyard, or our neighbor's backyard, about town like
A mini eagle?
Yeah, Google it. It's a mini eagle. I forgot the technical term for it. Mini eagle.
I'm going to guess it's not mini eagle.
No, it's not mini eagle, but folk arms or something like that.
Foghorn Leghorn?
Folk is or something. I don't remember. What?
Falkmania? What'd you say? Hawkmania?
Folk matey. Small eagle.
All right, now Adam is just getting pictures of eagle figurines.
I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Small eagles are cool. We had one land in our backyard. I tried to take pictures, and by the time we got the camera set up, it was gone. So, mini eagles. Well, just eagles. But.
I was correct. Rhino horns are made out of keratin, which is the same substance that makes up our hair and nails.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes, it is not ivory like the mighty elephant. It is essentially just hair.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Little eagle is called. Sorry, little eagle.
I've never heard of such a.
Yeah, so they're like 2 pounds or so. But yeah, we had one land on our neighbor's stump, and you see it right over top of our fence. It was really cool.
All right.
But,
Sweet. Ready for this?
yep.
Pigs.
You basically base the animals you like based on what you like to eat.
No. Okay, so for the record, I'm not a huge pork. I mean, I like bacon and sausage. I'm not a huge pork person because it's generally very dry when it's cooked incorrectly. I like pigs. So my entire life, my entire younger life, I showed pigs at the county fair, and I walked them around. And I sold them, and I mean that's how I had income. And on top of that, I mean, I raised them, and like I got to know what a pig is and how great they are and how wonderful it is. And so contrary to popular belief, pigs are one of the cleanest animals in the world because in their pen they will use one side for food and drink and the other side to go to the bathroom at.
Mm-hmm.
They only wallow when they're hot. Pigs are really smart too, like the fourth smartest animal in the world.
I've heard that.
I love pigs. They're awesome.
I love pigs. They are awesome.
They are. They're one of the most amazing, brilliant creatures in the world. They have feelings too.
I believe
They
it.
cried every time I sold them to die.
I would do the same.
They also like to eat Oreos.
Oreos.
All right, what's your number one?
Dogs. I love dogs. I'm a dog guy. I hate cats. Cats can go screw themselves. I love dogs.
So I was gonna put dogs in my list, but I wanted to show people the truth. I love my dog. He's awesome. He's my best friend. But I love pigs, man. I don't like all dogs. I love my dog. That's
See, I love all
I
dogs.
love my dog. Some dogs I really hate because they're stupid. But my dog, love him. He's a de facto number one.
De facto number one. Even after your wife gets you tickets to opening weekend.
No, de facto number one animal.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness.
Hold your pants on. Results. Question of the podcast. Here we go. Hot dogs, 2. Burgers, 26. So a lot of votes for burgers. Brats got a vote, and both got a vote.
So I love me a good hamburger. Love me a good hot dog. Here's the thing. Hot dog has to be a Kogel Vienna. They get that snap.
The snap, yes.
Regular hot dogs, get the hell out of here. Burgers have to be like handmade patty, pre-patty stuff. Not even worth my time. I love them both, but if you're going to go hot dog, one only hot dog there is Kogel Vienna.
I'm going to go burgers. I love burgers. Patty them up yourself, man. Put them on that grill, let them cook, nice juicy, some bacon, cheese, mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato.
What is bacon cheese?
Bacon, comma, cheese, comma, lettuce, comma, tomato. Do I gotta really do this to you?
No, you don't.
Okay.
You said bacon cheese really fast.
They probably do have something called bacon
probably.
cheese.
Fun little fact for you. If your burger is too lean, put a little olive oil in it. They won't dry out in the grill and you don't overcook too fast.
There you go. And some garlic, because garlic tastes wonderful in burgers.
Garlic tastes well. I can eat garlic like an apple. God, could you imagine somebody just walking around with a clove of garlic just gnawing on it? Bet you wouldn't have to worry about vampires.
But if you do have to worry about vampires, call Matt because he likes garlic.
I love garlic.
Keep them away. I like garlic too.
And I have an arsenal of vampire hunting devices.
You a vampire guy?
No, I never got bit in the neck. I can walk around in daylight. But
On that note, subscribe, rate, and listen on Apple Podcasts and everywhere else you listen to podcasts. Give us a shout, a review, a rating. Leave us a comment. We'll read it live on air. Reach us by email, mattmuse@gmail.com. Call or text 989-372-1391. 989-372-1391. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Matt Muse, mattmuse.com. We'll be back on Monday.
Pete Rose belongs in the Hall of Fame. See ya.
Thank God that's